Have you ever sent someone you love to a place that was supposed to be safe, and they just never came back? No phone call, no body, just silence. The kind of silence that eats you alive, that freezes time. Because when someone disappears, your whole world disappears with them. What you're about to hear isn't just a creepy campfire story. It's a scar that never healed, a wound that still bleeds. A truth buried deep in the woods that few are brave enough to face. In the summer of 2003, 3 kids vanished from a remote summer camp in Vermont. Normal kids with normal lives. Parents who loved them and expected them back with stories, mosquito bites, and campfire memories. But instead of laughter and photographs, what they got was emptiness and a forest that never forgot. Briar Hollow Camp looked like something out of a family brochure. Organized tents, cheerful counselors, marshmallow pits, and well-maintained trails, but sometimes safety is just a pretty illusion. During the very first week, 3 kids disappeared in the middle of the night. No screams, no footprints, just gone. One counselor said it was like they evaporated. Another claimed he heard dragging footsteps near the boys' tent, but thought he was imagining it. The strangest part, no fences were cut. No cameras showed anyone coming in or out, and yet they vanished as if they'd never existed. The next morning, the parents arrived in a panic. Some were screaming their kids' names into the trees like the woods themselves could answer. Others just stood frozen by the lake, as if something inside them already knew, but what came out later made it worse. One counselor revealed that all 3 kids had reported seeing a strange man in the woods. Tall, faceless, motionless, always watching. They called him the Watcher. No one taught them that name. No one knew where it came from. Imagine the pain of realizing your child was scared, and you didn't even know it. That there were signs, whispers between the lines. One parent said he found a strange drawing in his son's notebook weeks before. Twisted shapes, black eyes hiding in branches. He thought it was just a kid's imagination. Another said his son started waking up screaming, saying, "The forest already knows my name." Details that seemed harmless, until they became knives in the gut. Guilt doesn't fade, it haunts, it claws, it becomes a ghost you carry inside. But nothing prepared anyone for what happened 6 years later. A regular night, a small town hospital. A boy walking barefoot down a foggy highway at dawn, covered in dried mud, speaking gibberish. They brought him in, ran his DNA. It was him, one of the 3 boys who had vanished in 2003. The town went silent. His parents were called, but the boy wasn't the same. He trembled, he wouldn't make eye contact, and he kept repeating one sentence: "The camp is still there, but it's not for us anymore." That night, he disappeared again. This time from inside the hospital. No broken window, no unlocked doors, just an empty bed, surveillance footage. Gone. power had randomly failed. The nurse who had been watching him said the temperature dropped. Midsummer, and she could see her breath. She said she heard children laughing in the empty hallway. A week later, she vanished too, and in her apartment, a note, handwritten in childish print. "Thank you for not locking the door. He's closer now." There are things we'll never understand. Things that don't obey science or logic. But what if the real mistake is trying to understand? What if these kids weren't taken by accident? What if that camp was never just a camp? Maybe the thing hiding in those woods isn't a monster, but something worse, a presence, a hunger, a pattern. If this made you feel something, drop a comment. Tell me if you've ever felt watched when no one was around. Type "I am here" if you believe that some stories never end.